have been told already, a humorous contest. It's supposed to be fun. Now, my name is Diana, and I will be your contest chair tonight. Today we have 4 contestants. You can see their names on the board. Now, because it's a contest, not a normal meeting, we have some special rules that all the participants have to follow. Rule number 1 is a timing rule. Very, very tough timing rules we have. The minimum they can speak is 4:30, 4 minutes 30 seconds, and the maximum is 7:30. If they speak for 7:31 or 4:29, they will be immediately disqualified. Yeah. Rule number 2, that their speeches have to be original. By original, we mean at least, so they can borrow from other sources, no more than 25% of the content of their speech, and in case they are using other sources, they have to mention the source. Also, they cannot be a series of one-liners, so even though it's a humorous contest, they can't just say random jokes. But it has to be a full speech with introduction, body, conclusion, as usual. And of course, it's got to be funny. It's a humorous contest. Now, before we begin, I would like to show you a special way we greet our contestants. Now, please be careful, okay? Now, we will try with Maria Kalinkina. Let's say that she's a contestant, and this is her speech, my humorous speech. Now, first of all, I will be calling her name and the name of her speech. After that, you've got to clap to her. Then she comes here. Once you stop clapping, I announce her name and her speech again, and after that, no more clapping, please. This is when she begins her speech. So let's try that, let's practice. And now I would like to welcome on stage Maria Kalinkina with her speech, My Humorous Speech. No, you don't say anything. I'm sorry. You just smile. Hello, My Humorous Speech, Maria Kalinkina. Normal clap. And here you start your speech. I'm waiting. I'm joking. You can sit down. We have a lot of contestants.
Actually, I prepared the speech and I can introduce my speech.
It's too late. You should have registered earlier. I'm sorry. Also, we will have, after each speech, we will have 1 minute for the timers to time and for the judges for the secret judges to start marking the speeches. Now, where is our chief judge? Okay, have all the judges been briefed?
Yes, all the judges have been briefed.
Can we begin?
Yes, please.
Amazing. In this case, let us start. Please welcome on stage Calum Hems with his speech, My Journey to Russia. My Journey to Russia, Calum Hems.
Hello, dear Toastmasters and fellow guests. Who knows who Makrin is? Yeah, okay, so that's this guy, Makrin. Are you sure? Okay. Maybe it's this guy. Cool sunglasses, nice moustache. Sure doesn't look like it.
No.
Maybe this guy. Yeah. Good. That's him on the left, just so you know. Why am I talking about Makrin? That's because Makrin recently went to London, and it was incredibly inspiring. And I've moved to Russia, so I feel like me and Makrin are country twins. So I would like to explain my story, how I moved to Russia. First of all, I was in London. For those of you who don't know, it's the capital of Great Britain. And there's me with some of my friends. drinking beer. We were in a band. There is us. I was having a good time. That's a picture of me and my lovely girlfriend. So, as you can see, I was having a great time. I was loving life. And then, oh, my band. And then, oh, my God. And then my friends left, and I was alone. Completely alone. And in this moment, I felt a bit like, well, I felt depressed. Here's me. I'd like to point out my stupid lip ring. That's fake, by the way. And also my stupid black clothes. I was like a young teenage goth girl here, going through a phase. And I felt like this. Terrible, terrible. I felt like when Leonardo DiCaprio gets attacked by a bear, like this. Terrible times. And for some reason, that reminded me of Russia. I don't know why. So I decided, what better time to change my life than to come to Russia? And so I drew on my hand the 7th of March. This was a date that I decided, oh, great, I'm going to be in Russia by the 7th of March. I'd like to point out that in the background there, you can see I've written, who cares, on a piece of paper. So that marks my state of mind that I was in at the time. How was I going to do it? There's my stupid face playing some music. And I decided I needed some money, so I sold my guitar. I live very silly, trying to sing without a guitar. I also had a drum kit, sold it. There's me. And how was I going to come to Russia? I was going to learn to teach English. So I got on my computer and I signed up for a course. And there's me, with no pants, learning how to teach English. Yeah. And I did it. I got my TOEFL certificate. I got qualified in no pants. Brilliant. So I sent some emails out. And as you can see, as I would like to point out here, the 2nd to the 4th of March was when I was invited to Russia for an interview. I booked my flight 27th of February. I booked my return 6th of March. I'd like to remind you that my ambition was 7th of March there. So I just made it. And I got the job, which was perfect. I felt like Leonardo DiCaprio when he was strong. He was going to hate. So I went to the visa center. And I went to get my Russian visa here. And by the way, I told my dad, I got a job in Russia, Dad. And I told my friends, I got a job in Russia. Amazing. I thought they were going to be like, oh, fantastic, great. And I said, you can come and visit me. And he said, yeah, we're going to see you at your funeral. But I still went. And I got my visa, there it is. My first Russian visa. And so I got my tickets up again and I came to Russia for the long haul for an extended period of time. And I'd like to tell you that when I crossed the border, the first thing the guard said to me was, oh, hello, Justin Bieber. Welcome to Russia. So that was my first entrance into Russia. And what happened when I got here? Well, I met a Russian bear for the first time. Brilliant. I saw how you guys get drunk. It really is something. What else? I learned how to evade my taxes. Perfect. I met Catherine the Great. There we are. We recently got engaged. What else happened? I saw B2 play live. And that was a very good experience. And then I joined my first Russian band, which was just even more of a pleasure. I moved on. I learned some of your strange traditions, like how you take showers. There we go. I do that every morning. It's brilliant. And finally, my best experience, I have to say, was that I was invited by your president to teach English to President Putin. And it was just my best experience in my whole life. And I'd like to show you a photo of us together. There we are, after our first English lesson. So I'd like to remind you about Max Silin, who left to go to London, and I'm sure he's having an amazing time over there, as I am here in Russia. And to finish my speech, I'd like to say that if you want to do the same thing and have an experience abroad, then a good place to start would be here, here, and here, where you can get advice and look for tips and working abroad. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you so much for that. A square peg in a round hole. Please welcome Denis Shevchuk. A square peg in a round hole. Denis Shevchuk.
First and foremost, I appreciate you being here. Because if it weren't for you, who would I tell my stories and especially my jokes to? Now, before I came to Toastmasters some time ago, I used to tell my jokes to my mom. And they usually happened like that. It was our kitchen, my mom was washing dishes, and I was telling her my joke. And I would finish with my joke, and my mom would go, "That's it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, very good, almost as good as Petrov." Now I'll have to tell you something about my mother. My name is Denis Sergeyevich, and her name is Tamila Alexeyevna. She is half Azeri, which makes me part Russian, part Ukrainian, and part Azeri. I'm of mixed nationality, and throughout whole my life I felt like a square peg in a round hole. For example, some of my friends, Russian friends, sometimes tell me, "Denis, I understand why you brown in summer, but it's the middle of November. Are you Russian?" And usually I reply, "I swear by my mother, Allah is my witness." And when I was in Azerbaijan, little children would point fingers at me and scream, "Russian, Russian, Russian," and I didn't know why. And I used to go to my grandma and ask, "Grandma, why do they call me Russian?" My grandma was Russian. And she would go, "Denis, small boys are a nest. They say all nasty things. Don't mind them. For me personally, you look more like Tajik. Take off your laptop and come home." And the thing is, I had to deal with similar situations sometimes, even these days. Let me tell you a story. I was riding in metro to someplace, and I was sitting, and I was sleepy, so I dozed off. And I opened my eyes, and there is an old lady, and she's staring at me. And I'm like, she's probably living at the next stop. So I continue sleeping. I open my eyes, and she's still there, staring at me. And I'm like, "Do you want to take my place?" And she's like, "No!" And I'm like, "Okay." I sleep again, and I open my eyes, she's still there, staring at me. And I'm like, "Please, take my place." And she's like, "Keep your place to yourself, churka." And I'm like, "Okay, alright." So I sit there, and after some time she's like, "You are very rude. Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Azerbaijan." She's like, "Really? Me too." Nationalism, you probably agree with me, is a stupid and scary thing. It's understandable why it's scary. It is stupid, and especially in Russia, because for some weird reason, Russian national skinheads think that Hitler is some kind of their role model. And Hitler considered Russians untermensch, not human. But guys from Caucasus were okay. And I can even imagine Hitler, like, "We'll destroy Russians. Jews have to be eradicated." Why? Russians are nice, patient people. Don't touch us, we don't touch you. Jews are intellectuals. They're like treasure to humankind. Have you ever heard Hitler saying, "We'll destroy Chechens. Chechens are scum of the earth. They have to be destroyed"? I can imagine that. Hitler's like, "We'll destroy Chechens. We'll destroy Chechens." After a week, a video comes out. Hitler saying, like, "Dear Ramzan Akhmatovich, nationalism is a bad thing. And because I'm of mixed nationality, I can't be a nationalist. And I do my best to treat people as individuals, regardless of the nationality, of their sex, and even of their age, which is the most difficult for me. And I think you can agree with me that's a good way to go. Treating people as like individuals, not members of some group. Makes life richer. You have more friends, like you have friends in Toastmasters or a stand-up community. And I think that we are here, Toastmasters, the chosen people of Toastmasters, should take the message and teach the infidels. Right, brothers and sisters? Toastmasters Akbar.
Toktogulov, with his speech, Some Cultural Moments. Some Cultural Moments, Ermek, Toktogulov.
I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, we have some similar topics with Calum and Denis. When I came to Moscow a long time ago to study in Bauman State Technical University, after a year of studying, my close Moscow friend confessed me that when he saw me for the first time, he thought that I did not speak Russian, and he thought that in Kyrgyzstan people do not have modern transportation and the right horses to get from point A to point B. So if anybody curious here, I speak Russian, and people use cars extensively in Kyrgyzstan. When I was in the United States, I studied over there. Some Americans thought that in Moscow it is extremely cold all year round, and some thought that you should take a piece of bread if you want to walk at night to feed bears, because they come out sometimes on the streets. I'm serious. One time in the United States, I was asked, where are you from? I said, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Ah, Kurdistan! Yeah, you fight for the independence from Turkey and Syria. You want to establish sovereign countries, Kurdistan. I said, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, Kurdistan. Okay. Whatever. Many people thought that I'm Chinese in the United States. And a couple of times Chinese approached me and started speaking Chinese. I wasn't rude, I didn't mimic Chinese language. Then they understood that I'm not Chinese, and they said, you look like Chinese. Thank you for the compliment. One time we rented a room in the house. The owners were black Americans from Caribbean region. They have two cute kids, 5 to 7 years old, a girl and a boy. And the girl with the name Chelsea was very straightforward. When we prepared and had borscht in the kitchen, she looked at the dinner and said, "Yeah, how you eat this?" One time she approached me and said, "We Americans, we are mammals. We do not nest eggs." And I said, "We foreigners, we nest eggs." And I showed a trick with one egg. And when you take an egg and the egg comes out from your mouth one after another, she ran away. And then her grandma returned and screamed at me, "Why you taught Chelsea to bite eggs?" She ran to the refrigerator and took eggs and started to bite them. Maybe she thought that there are little foreigners in this egg. I don't know. Okay, and when I came to the United States, my English was really poor. When I came to Manhattan, I forgot how to say could you take a picture of me with my camera? And I approached policeman and I forgot and I said, can you shoot me? He started moving slowly. He just smiled and took a picture of me. Everything was okay. I'm healthy and alive. So, I'm not the only one who made slight mistakes in translations. Sometimes I saw it should be written on the hotel door label, please do not disturb. In one hotel, not in Moscow, it was written, please do not worry. Don't worry, be happy. And Americans too, they have some slight mistakes when they came to Russia and speak Russian. The American friend of my friend, he said in one of the restaurants in Russia, he translated word by word, I would like to have a waitress on this table. So these are some moments, cultural and language, that I had in my life. Thank you.
Final contestant for tonight, Vadim Mikrin, with his speech, Don't Hesitate to Procrastinate.
Thank you.
Don't hesitate to procrastinate, Vadim Mikrin.
You know, I really hate a mess here or in my email. So, you know what? As you may notice, I have a little problem with procrastination, and I really start some things, but those things actually only partially could be finished. And after that, I feel very guilty. I feel really depressed. And one day I talked about it with my friend, and she told me, "Well, you have to go to therapy." And I thought, why I should go somewhere and find some stranger and pay him or her to listen to me talk if I can find strangers to listen to me talk for free. Actually, this was the first reason that I joined the Toastbusters Club. And so, when I started to write my first speech, it was an icebreaker. I sat to my table and I thought, wow, it's so dusty, you shouldn't see it like this. There was tons of paper from the whole year, I think. And I thought I should clean it, and went to the kitchen to find the special bag. You know, we all have special bags in our kitchen since USSR time. And there was my daughter in the living room, and she then asked me to play football with her. I thought it's only for 5 minutes, but this time it was, I don't remember, 30 or 50 minutes. And after that I forget why I went to the kitchen. When I remembered, and I finally went to the kitchen and found the proper bag. And you know what's the most interesting thing about the bag? I personally know the story about foreigners from USSR, from 1980s. There was in my grandfather's small town near the Lipetsk, and some Germans visited her factory, and the most funny, most shocking things that they saw there was, you know, the little disposable polyethylene bags that was hanging all the way near every house. Why they hang there? Because the people, they took disposable actually bags and clean it and hang to the bayside to make them dry. Those was shocked. Those things shocked the Germans. And the second thing that shocked the Germans was that they had a special bag to store those refurbished bags. And so let's back to my kitchen and my table. I started to, clear all the mess in my table, and I remember one of my colleague who every new year he started from cleaning his desk, and he put off all of the papers into the garbage. Usually there are something really interesting. One time he threw to the garbage his marriage certificate, and this was really helped him. It's a real story, By the way, this year he got divorced. So between all this cleaning, one friend of mine called me, and I thought I talked to him. Oh, I can't really talk to you because I'm writing a speech for a speakers club. He told, wow, so you're so great. You have so little time, and still you can find the time to join the club. And then was the aha moment for me. I thought that the procrastination, it's not actually the problem. It's the real answer to me and to all of you about your and my lifestyle. And when you feel that you procrastinate, you must know that in this moment you feel right here and right now, and this is a real pleasure in our life. So I can advise you only one thing from this speech as a conclusion. So if you would like to feel happy, don't hesitate to procrastinate, please.
Hi, Toastbusters. Welcome everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank our hilarious contestants for making our evening so funny and amusing. And let's start with a table topic session. I prepared something uproarious for you today. And the rules are pretty easy. You have minimum 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes to deliver an intriguing, funny, captivating, and spontaneous speech. So, let's start. Who want to do the showcase? The first speech. Any volunteers? It's not scary. Obviously, Denis. Let's go. And would you please pass these voting papers? And the topic for today's session is what's it like to, and what's to, we're gonna find out now. So Denis, what's it like to?
What it's like to have a dog? I have to confess, I've never had a dog. And I probably didn't want to have a dog. But what it's like to have a dog? Well, somebody loves you. Apart from your mom. Somebody laughs at your jokes all the time. Right. You wake up, the dog is there. You go to sleep, the dog is there. You sleep, it comes into your sleep, in your dreams. You go outside, the dog is with you. You go to Toastmasters, the dog is with you. You use it as a visual aid. People laugh at you, people love you for that. And, having a dog is like, if you had a dog, you are courageous enough to come here to participate in table topics. right? Because it makes you feel warm inside. Having a dog is like delivering a nice, humorous speech. Having a dog is like, it helps you to be more confident when people give some signs to the table topic master. You can ignore it, right? Having a dog is like having 100 rubles that you don't have to pay to Toastmasters. Having a dog is like not having enough time, and having a dog makes you kind enough for... nobody listens to me. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yes.
Great. So, Calum, what's it like to have a baby?
Man, having a baby is awesome. That's the best way to hit on girls. If you've got a baby, you just take it down the park and the women are like, oh, so cute. And you're like, yeah, I know, thanks. But what about the baby? Having a baby is a good way to get free ice cream as well. When the baby is crying and you want to run up to these ice cream stands. I don't know. You run up to one of these ice cream stands, you know, hey, please, my baby needs some ice cream, please, because it's crying, and you know, stop it crying, get some ice cream. Oh, great, thanks, that's good. I would not be a good father, as you can tell. Having a baby is like having, no, I can't think of a joke for that one, so I'm going to move on. But having this baby would be just grand, because look, it's such an evil baby. It obviously aspires to be like, you know, as angry as the clown from It. Here, I think it's seen that movie and has picked up good inspiration. Now it's like, oh man, yeah, I'm going to get a red balloon and I'm going to go around scaring all the other babies. So also, maybe if I had this baby, I would paint its face white and it would be like Gene Simmons. And I would get it to sing, I want to rock and roll all night. And that's all I can say about having a baby. You should have one too, it's fantastic.
To have or to be pregnant.
I have a baby. So actually, I know how to be pregnant, at least partially. You know, what's the main? I think the name is a great combination of a good mood and a bad mood. Now, first, let's say it's a bad mood. You feel so bad, and everybody in your family also feels really bad. Because only, 1 or 2 months ago, you was a great housekeeper, you cook great food, make great cakes, and now you don't have first to do it, and you don't want to do it. All that you would like to do is to sleep. And then, when you go to doctor, to see the baby on the screen, you have very, very warm feeling. I also know this feeling. It was not my, it was not me, but I think that I felt something like this. That this little creature, it's my creature, and it will be partially like me. So I think it's almost a combination of a good and not so good that will become even better. That's all.
Perfect. That's a perfect way to start to try your stage. What's your name, please?
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay, Tanya. What's it like to have a twin?
Oh, to have a twin. Actually, I have twins, but I do not have a twin, so that's a problem. But taking a look at my twins, boys actually, I can say that this is so convenient. Guys, this is so convenient because You can pass exams for each other. Because, yeah, and you can get double treats, but just be aware not to get double troubled. Double troubles, yes. Yes, it is very convenient, and there will be always someone who will stick to you, who will be your best friend, who will be another you. And it's like looking in the mirror and you're exchanging your ideas and you have this very intimate relationship and support, because I was even jealous as a mom when I was looking at my kids, because they had such level of intimacy that I wasn't able to form or to experience. Yes, so having a twin is a wonder, and I wish that for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your name, please? Arthur? Artem. Great. Artem, what's it like to be extremely rich?
Oh, this is really
Easy.
because if you live alone, you don't have anybody close, so sometimes you are extremely rich. Well, there was a period of time when I was extremely rich, as I saw. And it was really, really good. You can buy anything you want. You can have all fun in your work. You can travel, but then you look at your account and you think that, hey, where is my money? It's zero. What do I do? And then your next salary and paycheck, you're extremely rich again, you're happy again, and it's like another cycle. So what can I say more? When you're extremely rich, the time passes really, really quick. You just waste your money and it passes. But it's fun. I think this is all.
Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Denis.
Denis. You're going to be Denis too then.
So, always like that.
So Denis, what's it like to be a rebelling teenager?
Oh, I think it's stupid. Oh, teenagers are mostly stupid to my mind, actually, because they don't have enough experience in life. But they are honest. They are honest, and this is a good thing. To be a rebelling teenager could be really tough, I guess, because you have your position and you want to express it to the public, to everybody surrounding you, to your parents, to your friends, and to, well, but the parents, they don't understand. Friends, well, sometimes they do understand, sometimes they don't. Well, and a rebelling teenager feels always, I guess, feels lonely. I think it's tough. It's a bad experience to be a rebelling teenager. It's an unfortunate experience. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Denis. So, sorry, what's your name?
My name is Nikolay.
Thank you. Nikolay. This one was already done. Nikolay, what's it like to be a teacher?
To be a teacher. I think this is very interesting experience. Experience for anyone, because one time in a life I think everyone have to be a teacher, because we have child, we have clubs, we have many communities, and teacher. It is interesting job, because sometimes it is center of receiving jokes, right? and you need to be robust enough to deal with those jokes, because you deal with the teenagers, and as someone said, as Denis mentioned, the teenagers are very rude in terms of the jokes, and the teacher have to be wise enough and interesting person to deal with this. I think it's a great experience to be a teacher, and yes, it's if I start to have my life again, maybe it's one of the. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.